Week 19, day 4. The key to education, and that's pulling out the character that's within you. If you listen to me, if all you've done for the last 18 weeks or 19 weeks is listen to me, you're going to remember 2% of what I've said. If you listen to these stories and take notes and answer the questions in complete sentences, you're going to remember 60 to 80%. If you listen to me, take notes, answer the questions, and discuss your answers with someone else, you're going to remember 80 to 100%. So how do we develop the qualities of character in you? How do we pull those out? Listen to a story that's analogous. This week we've talked about the rotary four-way test. Is it the truth? Number one, the guy saved a company with the four-way test. Use the four-way test with everything you do with your team and everything else. The second day, we had the negative story. The guy that didn't tell the truth. Boy that cried wolf. Aesop fable. Older than time. Still just as true as it was then. When you say something, can people believe you? How important is it? Of all the 40-something presidents that we've had, they rank them every year. Somebody comes out and ranks them. Well, there's always a fight for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 17th, 18th. There's never a fight for 1st and 2nd. Now, they may be arranged in different order, but the top 2 presidents that the United States have had that make us who we are today, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Now, they might be in another order, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, but those are the 2 very best presidents that the United States have ever had. And not probably, that's not true. Because of them, we are America. Without them, we would not be America. Obviously, without Washington, we wouldn't have won the independence. Without Lincoln, we would be 5 different states on this continent by most assessments. What do you think the number one quality those 2 people had? What do you think they were best known for? George Washington, when he was just a boy, had the story about the cherry tree. I don't know if you ever even heard it. Supposedly, he cut down a cherry tree. And his father got out there, and his father said, "Did you cut down that cherry tree?" And George Washington said, "I cannot tell a lie. I did it. And I will accept the punishment." Honesty. Now, he became almost famous at a young age for doing that. Abraham Lincoln was a clerk at a store in New Salem, Illinois. A lady left and paid more than she should have by a few pennies. Abraham Lincoln walked miles to give her back the money that she had overpaid. He became known as Honest Abe. His conscientiousness, his honesty resulted in his acting as judge or mediator in contests or fights in his constituency. When Abraham Lincoln decided to run for president, the 2 people that were most likely to get the nominee were Taft and Seward. And neither one of them could get the majority of the votes. So Abraham Lincoln became the alternative based simply on his character. The Republicans said, well, the best man is Abraham Lincoln. Now, he's not a good politician. He's not a good-looking guy. He doesn't dress well. He is a great storyteller and a great speaker. And we can't come to a conclusion on Taft or Seward, so we're going to take Abraham Lincoln. Now, just a little bit of a history lesson I'll throw in here. Lincoln became president because the Democrats divided their votes up. The Southern Democrats picked Breckinridge out of Kentucky, and the Northerns picked Douglas out of Illinois. So they divided their votes. And Abraham Lincoln became president, and the rest is history. It's amazing, though, the two best presidents, 2 out of those 300 that we talk about, the 300 greatest leaders, the 2 greatest presidents we've had, the number one quality they were known for was honesty. George Washington always walked among his troops. Always. George Washington visited with his troops every day. They considered him one of them. Abraham Lincoln had 4 hours a day that people could come to the White House and see him. Can you tell me one politician today that's known for honesty? Our leaders today are known for not being honest. And yet the 2 greatest presidents that we've ever had, Lincoln and Washington, the number one quality they had was honesty. Now, these also were men of unbelievable character. Neither cheated on their wife, neither cheated other people. Both had a conscientiousness and a hard-working. All these qualities that we've talked about, these 2 guys had it at the nth degree. So you want to look for role models. Read everything you can read on Abraham Lincoln and on George Washington. It's unbelievable what type of people they were. But the number one quality they had that made them who they were is honesty. Be honest. See you tomorrow.